So he's been talking about this for like 20 minutes. So that might be why I always figure the low THC marijuana was no more healing, just subconsciously. He might not talk about it no more, but we'll see if he talks about it a little more right here. So yeah, I know he's gonna talk about a little more, but who knows how little more. He'll talk about it a little bit more.
Understand what that means. We have a wrong conception, DJ Envy, of testosterone. Testosterone ain't a libido. It's a libido, right? Ain't a sex hormone. Testosterone is testosterone with another biochemical, serotonin. These two are the biochemical basis of a man's drive for power. High THC is the signature of dominant men. Not high THC. High testosterone is the signature and prerequisite for a man's drive for power. And be clear, masculinity is not about a man's sex drive. Masculinity is about a man's power drive. Testosterone is a biochemical source of a man's drive for power. It also is testosterone. It's the chemical scalpel that literally sculpts the masculinity of the male fetus, the body, and the brain. You lower testosterone, the body will, in the fetus, it will default to a feminized form. You lower the testosterone in a gestating male fetus, his body will default to a feminine form. So the THC lowers testosterone, but when you smoke it, an additive happens. And this is what's relevant to sisters. The THC lowers testosterone, therefore in many ways feminizing males. But when you light that joint, the smoke produces particular chemicals. Specifically a set of chemicals called phenols. Phenols are estrogen chemicals. Estrogen, the female hormone, is bad for men and it's bad for women. Now, all men have a natural amount of the female hormone estrogen. Just like all women have a
He said the high THC though. It's his word. Yeah.
Natural amount of the male hormone testosterone. But they're in perfect balance. When you expose males to excess estrogen, that feminizes males. When you expose females to excess estrogen, it masculinizes females. And so the weed, the joint itself, the plant, the cannabis in there, with this THC, it's lowering our testosterone, but the smoke produced from the fire has these chemicals that are estrogens in the body. So that estrogen is adding feminization to the male, but it's masculinizing the female.
That ties in with something I saw you tweet. You said you tweet.
I seen she did the school. She was like,
tweeted, the science behind our suffering is deep. Today's Negro and nigga are absolutely lab creations.
Absolutely. We are documenting that since 1965 in particular, when Watts blew up, the urban rebellions that just shook this country. And then that was followed by Detroit in 1967, and then in 1968, 100 cities blew up. This was, according to the government, an eruption of what they called angry black masculinity, called angry black masculinity. The problem was black masculinity. The solution from the government's perspective was neutralizing black masculinity. Thus, the many deliberate feminizing efforts of the U.S. government. We've documented them. We have receipts. We have confessions. We got governmental documents of, for example, the National Institute of Mental Health specifically indicate that in their effort to biomedically control black males of the inner city, they were going to administer to black boys a drug called Depo-Provera. Now, Depo-Provera today is a female contraceptive. It's a female birth control. But before it was a female birth control marketed specifically to black women, it was a sex-inverting chemical in the laboratory. It was a chemical that scientists used in the lab to cause in the laboratory. It was a chemical that scientists used in the lab to cause sex or gender inversion, what we call transgenderism. Depo-Provera induced homosexuality in lab animals. That same chemical that induced homosexuality in the lab became not only the female contraceptive targeting black women, but it became the drug that the U.S. government under Dr. Frederick Goodwin, who headed the National Institute of Mental Health, that drug was selected to biomedically control black males of the inner city. Close that point. I was just in Baltimore, Sasanji, at Charles Hicks Jr. school run by the Department of Juvenile Services. A nurse came forward and said that indeed, when boys are sent to her, she is to administer to them Depo-Provera. So what the documents revealed in 1992 is actually taking place today in 2017. So we have many receipts, many documents of the government deliberately neutralizing black masculinity, because black masculinity is the number one threat to white supremacy. Not just black males, because you got feminine black males and you got masculine black females. The number one threat to white supremacy is black male masculinity, because it was that masculinity that erupted in the cities that shook the United States of America from 1965 to today. So all of its efforts have been toward unmanning the black male of America.
So I guess my final question, because there's so much information, but it's like, we always talk about the much information, but it's like, we always talk about the false portrayal of black men and how we can enlighten society on the false portrayal of black men. I don't care about that. I want to enlighten black men and black people on the false portrayal of black men, and how can we enlighten ourselves and get back to where we need to be. Like, I guess basically get rid of the nigga lifestyle and embrace the goddess lifestyle.
That nigga died so black people can live. Brother Charlemagne, your point is right. Black Lives Matter should never be directed to white people. That's not a message that should go out to white people. Black Lives Matter should be directed to black people. Black people need to be convinced that Black Lives Matter. White people would never be convinced that Black Lives Matter, except there's a cost that they have to pay for not valuing black life. When white life is at risk for not valuing black life, only then will black life matter. But to your point, we spend too much time and energy trying to persuade white people. It's black people that need to be persuaded. It's black people that need to respect black life. It's black people that need to recognize the destructive value of these portrayals. And so, why are they villainizing Bill Cosby so much? Bill Cosby as Heathcliff Huxtable. He exemplified a type of black fatherhood that's very commendable.